These rebels are changing the way we work. Get the power to transform the way you work without having to change your workflow. Now all the insights you need are only one click away with Lexis for Microsoft Office.
The in-house transition, how to win business by helping lawyers make it. Michael O'Connor, lawyer, student, sometimes teacher, and I think a lot of us can appreciate herder of twins. Michael.
Thanks. For many lawyers and companies, moving from private practice to an in-house job seems like a win-win proposition, and usually it is, but things don't always work out as planned. What I'm going to talk about today is why the grass isn't always greener on the in-house side and what we can do about it. The answer usually is because lawyers who make the transition don't understand that clients and colleagues have very different expectations of in-house lawyers than they do of private practitioners. Just to dispel any misconceptions at the outset, this isn't going to be a 6-minute how-to guide on how to go in-house. Hopefully there will be some useful information for anybody who wants to do that. But it's just as important to private practitioners that they understand the difference between the in-house and the external practice of law. Those differences are increasingly driving how outside legal services are bought, and they're changing the dynamics in terms of how outside and inside lawyers work together. So, a lawyer is a lawyer is a lawyer, right? Not really the case. The in-house practice of law is inherently different than the outside practice of law. An in-house lawyer's legal skills are secondary to his or her understanding of the business. You will rarely be asked a direct legal question in-house. You'll frequently be asked to come to the table, talk about business solutions, and offer creative legal solutions that work. So you have to learn the business fast. It may have been an important part of the hiring process, but once you're on board, nobody cares where you went to law school, what firm you worked at, or what your accomplishments were outside. They only care about how you can apply your skills to help the company achieve its business objectives. You have to understand completely how the company makes money, who its competitors are, and how the company differentiates itself from them. What the long-term strategy is, and what the current initiatives are in terms of executing on that strategy. So where do you get this info? Start with publicly available sources. Even if the company's not publicly traded, you can find a lot online. But there is a limit to what you can read. You have to have somebody to go to ask. You should be able to spend time your first few weeks with your new boss and colleagues. Ask them the substantive questions, but ask them the political questions too. Who are the people that can really get things done? Who are the up-and-coming superstars that you should get to know? And meet with your new clients. Ask them about their businesses. They love to talk about their businesses, and they'll appreciate that you ask them and that you're interested. You will undoubtedly have questions that you think are too dumb to ask any of your new clients and colleagues. This is where enterprising outside counsel comes in. Find out who the key outside lawyers are. Call them up. Ask them if you can spend an hour off the clock. They'll teach you things not just about your new clients and company, but also about your boss and your colleagues. You can glean lots of great information from them. The message here at Outside Counsel ought to be obvious. Call up your clients. Offer to help with onboarding. It will help you in so many different ways. You'll learn a lot about the client, and you'll develop long-standing relationships with their new lawyers. You're making an investment in your future here. Those new lawyers will be the people funneling you business. They'll look to you as an advisor, and they'll appreciate the help. I have been surprised at how few small firm or solo practitioners even try to win big company business. I work in-house at a Fortune 100 company. The majority of our legal spend in percentage terms is with large firms, but we spend a lot of money with small shops, solo practitioners. Ask for the work. You might get it. And helping with onboarding is a great place to start. So we've talked about focusing on business, but why? Because clients want a business partner. The days of people looking at the legal department as a toll booth on the way to corporate approvals are over. People want their in-house lawyers to be a partner with them throughout the process of new projects and deals, brainstorming, innovating, and solving problems, even if those problems aren't legal in nature. Not only are clients increasingly reliant upon and trusting of their in-house colleagues, but they're less and less likely to want to talk to outside counsel at all. Business people think it's the in-house lawyer's job to manage the relationship with outside lawyers. Don't take this personally, but if you're an outside lawyer, CEOs and CFOs don't want to talk to you. That's an important point. Increasingly, the person deciding whether or not you get retained is an internal lawyer. Your job is to help them look good to their clients, and then you'll get brought back to the table. Part of the reason for these trends in difference is differences in communication styles. Lawyers write briefs and memos. Clients read bullets and graphs. So in-house counsel has to act as a translator. And outside counsel is always risk-averse and precise. Outside lawyers check, double-check, triple-check sites and language. Being 100% right is paramount, and frankly, that's what we expect of outside lawyers. But that isn't at all what clients want from their in-house attorneys. They want in-house lawyers to filter the advice through a practical lens. They expect their in-house lawyers to be nimble and willing to make calls with imperfect information. You never get to 100% in-house. You have to be willing to make a call with 80% information. And it goes without saying that you can't make a decision with imperfect information unless people trust your judgment, including your judgment about whether you need more information or not. Doesn't mean you're always right, just that you've considered the consequences and you've concluded that the risk of being wrong is manageable. Remember, the goal for all of us is to get an invitation to the table. For in-house lawyers, that comes when business partners begin to seek your counsel at the very early on in projects. That's when you know that they view you as someone who wants to and can help them fulfill their business goals. And for outside counsel, that comes from inside counsel. When you really understand what pressures the in-house lawyer is under and what his or her client's expectations are, and you make that lawyer look good to his or her clients, then you get invited too. And when all of this converges, it can be equally green on both sides. Thanks.